Welcome to Stupid News. You're live with your host, Good Folk. Today we're gonna take a look at some stupid ass news, man. Y'all check it out, man. Straight up, we're gonna get straight to it. And it is what it is, man.
Okay, I'm Constable Alan Rose in Harris County Precinct 1, and today this is an 8-month investigation that culminated into the arrest of Javon Major and Sandy Broussard. And investigation was initially prompted to us, Funeral Commission Service, and we worked it in conjunction with the Texas Rangers of DPS. And this is a case that absolutely turns my stomach. It turns my stomach because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives, after they've lost somebody that they loved and cared for. And for me, that's what makes this case so important. The victims, the families, advantage of, they were manipulated, and they were completely snowballed, and fraud was committed against them. In this case, Javon Major would say he's a funeral director. He would say he was an embalmer. And these families would reach out, or he would reach out to them and get their buy-in, and he would get them to give them money. He would ask them for insurance policies, all to defraud them. So the way to do it is he would get online and he would see that somebody died. And he would reach out to the family and say, I was friends with the deceased. I knew him when he didn't know him. And he would get the confidence of these people behind me and convince them to give them insurance policies, to which he would forge documents and take the insurance money from them.
How many of y'all know people do that, man? That happens a lot in the black community. A lot of fraud. A lot of people forging paperwork and for greed, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's how we treat each other, though, man. Family. In those moments. That's the crazy shit. That's the stupid shit. When I say stop being stupid, that's what the hell we mean right there, man. This stupid ass news, man. This stupid news right here. Believe that. What kind of community? It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
In many instances, people were supposed to get ashes of their loved one. And to this day, some don't know if they've got their actual loved one's ashes. Funerals were supposed to take place, and there would be no funeral. Embalming was supposed to take place.
What kind of heart you got, man? What kind of heart you got, man? What kind of heart you got? What kind of heart is that, man? They just do somebody family like that after they dead, man. You plot. You got to be real evil shit to just plot on somebody, man. In those moments, in those times, man, when people die, you're a dangerous person, man. If you could do that, you have no care, man. You pure evil. Somebody need to take you off the earth, for real. You know, that's crazy as shit. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine that, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe no shit like that. That's crazy.
In many instances, people were supposed to get ashes of their loved one. And to this day, some don't know if they've got their actual loved one's ashes. Funerals were supposed to take place. Funeral. Embalming was supposed to take place. And this is hard to talk about. Embalming was supposed to take place on some of these family members, and it didn't happen. And so there is a long list. Since this case has broke, we have had 50 people contact us, giving us additional suspects that we're going to be looking at potentially.
That's how we act.
is
Oh,
going to be an ongoing investigation. It's by no means shut. Truly sad to me that you have
it just
people
happened
in the
9
most
days ago,
vulnerable
yo.
times of their lives
Crazy.
be taken advantage of by somebody like this. And
Probably a
so
little
we have
more
to
than
put a
9
stop to it. We
days.
did
But it is what
put
it
a
is, man.
stop to it. I'm proud of the work that our investigators did to bring Sandy Broussard to justice.
Oh, it's more than
We're
one.
going to hear from some of the victims whose family members were stolen from. There was a $26,000 insurance policy that he
Oh,
changed
they
the
here
name
for
on after
26
he
bands.
got the confidence of, I'm going to call them victims because that's what they are. So I'm going to, who was
How
a
can the other
first
people
victim
hit?
who had
That's
an
the case.
insurance policy that
Is
was
there over 50
forged
people?
against him.
Over 50?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes,
So
What's your name?
my name
somebody do the math,
is
man.
Ernest Satchel
26
Aquanican,
times
and my
50.
sister name
26 bands times
is
50.
Deidre Satchel Greenleaf.
Somebody let me know how
And
much money that is. Somebody let me
my first
know
cousin
the
name
math.
is took
26
advantage of our
times 50.
family. And actually, he's related to me. And the hurting part about it is when a family is grieving.
Let's go back. Let's see
And
what old boy got to
my
say.
first cousin name is James Chuck Abram. And Mr. Majors took advantage of our family. And actually, he's related to me. And the hurting part about it
Wow.
is when a family is grieving.
Did he just say he was related to the man? Didn't I tell y'all, man, family, it was family? I knew it was
Mr.
family, man.
Majors
By the way,
took
I'm watching this
advantage
with y'all,
of our
man.
family. And actually, he's related to me. And the hurting part about it
I'll
is
be damn.
when a family is grieving at their lowest point, this individual had the nerve to take advantage of us. You know, things that we signed contracts
Hey,
stating
look,
what we
the
were going
Bible
to.
say that your family will be the one. That's what the Bible say. Yo, I ain't even looking none of this stuff up. I posted on the bottom of the screen since it's a pre-recorded show. I guess I have to go put in the work and put the scripture down below for you. Trust me when I tell you, we're gonna start being stupid around this motherfucker. You fucking with me. You know what I mean? Real shit, man.
Pay this man, yet he forged my
Got the confidence of,
Let's
I'm
go
going to
back.
call
I
them
want to hear
victims
what old
because
boy got to say. Let me hear what he got to
that
say.
was forged against him. Ernest?
Yes.
Tell us how it got started, Ernest.
Yes, my sister name is Deidre Satchel Greenleaf. And my first cousin name is James Chuck Abram. And Mr. Majors took advantage of our family. And actually, he's related to me. And the hurting part about it
Ain't that
is
some shit?
when a family is grieving
He
at
ain't
their
give a damn.
lowest point, this individual had the nerve to take advantage of us. You know, things that we signed contracts stating what we were going to pay this man, yet he forged my future brother-in-law signature, who was a city council, and stole all the money.
Hey, the story get deeper and deeper, man. The story gets deeper and deeper, man. Did the man just say, that, man?
From my
The
family.
man didn't just say
And
that,
it's
did he?
just a hurting thing. You know, it's kind of
The man just say he
had the
was a city
nerve to take
councilman.
advantage of us.
He don't give a damn
You
about
know, things
authority.
that we
He don't
signed
give a damn about
contracts
it, man.
stating what we were going
Stupid.
to pay this man, yet he forged my future brother-in-law signature, who was a city council, and stole all the money from my family. And it's just a hurting thing. You know, it's kind of difficult to even talk about because it's just a time when people are actually at their worst, you know, losing a loved one. And you have individuals that has no remorse for human life. individuals for themselves for that most. And I'm just saying, I'm just hurt. I'm just, just difficult to talk about.
Can you tell us how you did you try to get your money back, and how was it trying to work on that?
Well, we did get the insurance policy back because Funeral Express, with the help of Chris Haran, matter of fact, I want to give utmost respect to this man. He said what he was going to do, and he actually did this. So we was actually able to get it back from the funeral service, who Mr. Major, he would take your policy and send it to this company called Funeral Express. And what they're like a finance company. And they would give him the money for a small price before the funeral service even take place. So he was able to do that. But with the help of Mr. Investigator Haran, we was able to get the money back from the Funeral Express, and it came back to the family. So I'm very thankful for that. That was one of the positive. Still, my cousin today, a year later, she's never had received a death certificate. The names were wrong on my sister's death certificate. We sit down with this man and told him the names and spelled it out for him. But still, we have no death certificate and no ashes.
Pam?
Thank you.
Thank you. If you guys want to talk to them later and get more information, feel free to.
Brittany, yeah.
Oh, Brittany, yes.
Hi, everyone.
Your name, please?
My name is Brittany Hall. We were recently scammed this weekend. We laid my dad to rest. So our family were already dealing with his passing because it was unexpected.
Wow.
He found me on social media. He stated that he can do the church for us and he can do the venue with decorations and everything. So thank God we didn't go through him
He
for the
wanted
funeral.
all the
We
money.
went through eternal rest. The day of the funeral home literally was at the church and he was not there. He was supposed to pay. I had tried to contact him the day before. He started not answering the phone. He kept saying, okay, I'm going to meet you. And then he just went ghost. So my auntie called him the day of the funeral. He said, yes, ma'am, I'm going to be there at 9 a.m.
Wow.
The day of the funeral, completely gone. Nowhere to be found.
The
So we
whole
had to
family.
double pay
He
the
got
church.
friends and
We paid
family
him
at the
as well
church.
as pay the church. Now, my issue is with this funeral home. I don't know if he's doing it on accident or purposely, but he's putting Family Care Mortuary on these invoices with his signature. So someone has to be responsible. It's not only him doing this work. So someone has to come up and be like, we're grieving. How can y'all even let this man get away with this? Y'all know what he's
50
doing.
people.
Trust me, because we
That's
have
what I was
contacted
thinking about. How
that
you get
funeral
to
home,
50?
and she knows what's
So
going
what
on.
with
So
bodies?
honestly, I just hope justice is served.
Yeah,
Our
they got
story
this
is
thing
not
going on,
even
chicken
clear.
heads
It's
so
not even
big.
close to what other people are speaking about. Someone reached out to me today. He gave her the wrong ashes. The way she knew he gave her the wrong ashes is because the morgue found her boyfriend's body, and that was the body that was supposed to get the ashes. So she's been living with someone ashes for months that she thought was her loved one. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So please, if we can just get justice served, please.
Yes, thank you.
Crazy. Shit,
My
crazy.
name is Pamela Butler, and my son is Clifford Bogan. We came in corner with Mr. May. He told me his name was Major Johnson. When we came in contact with him the day of my son, to beg him like 3 from. That is ridiculous to see your loved one on FaceTime the day of the funeral. He came an hour and a half late from the funeral, threw my son inside the church, jumped in the truck, ran back out the truck, came back in the obituary at 12:30 was his funeral. That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
somebody
after
knew
he did that,
somebody.
my son was
Whoever
smooshed
name
down
he
in
putting
the
on that ain't
casket with
rocking
all
with
his family members, with all his family, with his staff from Family Care Mortuary. Ms. Brown is the owner of Family Care Mortuary. She was there. I do not
Oh
know
yeah,
where he
she
had my
rocking with
son
it,
at
man.
the whole
Our
time
girl something.
of where he had his body. His body was warm. It was not cold. They say he leave the body in the
Warm.
garages, in the houses, abandoned home. This is ridiculous.
They got this
Somebody
nigga
out
room
there
temperature.
know where he leaves these bodies
Y'all,
at.
come on,
And
man.
no
Y'all
in the
got
world you can't bring
stupid
somebody's body
shit, man.
to their services.
Stupid
They
news,
cold
man.
or they
Y'all
smelly.
part of the curse
Someone
word, man,
knows
but this still
something.
pay.
Someone has to come forward because Family Care Mortuary, Sandy Broussard, Puerto Rican princess, whoever her name is.
Let's go back.
To beg him like 3, 8
She
in
said
the
that
morning
body
to cut
was
his arm.
warm.
We
She
had to
said the
beg
body
him to
was
see my
warm.
son. And how we
Warm.
saw him was on FaceTime. That is ridiculous to see your loved one on FaceTime the day of the funeral. He came an hour and a half late to my son's funeral, threw my son inside the church, jumped in the truck, ran back out the truck, came back in the obituary at 12:30 was his funeral. That is ridiculous. And after he did that, my son was smooshed down in the casket with all his family members, with all his family, with his staff from Family Care Mortuary. Ms. Brown is the owner of Family Care Mortuary. She was there. I do not know where he had done at the whole time of where he had his body.
Y'all, this how we treat each other. This how we treat each other, man. This ridiculous, man. When I say egregious, I meant that word. I learned that word way back in the program I was in called Upward Bound. I thought I'd never use that word, man. Hey, this is a moment. This is the moment. This crazy. This on another level, man. You got to be some type of cat to pull this off. More than I'm gonna say it like this: you got to be a real dude to pull this off one time. This been done over 50, at least 50. Let me say it like that.
Body was warm. It was not cold. They say he leave the body in the garage and the
He do what?
ran back out the truck,
He leave the body
came
where?
back in the obituary at 12:30 was the funeral. That is ridiculous. And after he did that, my son was smooshed down in the casket with all his family members, with all his family, with his staff from Family Care Mortuary. Ms. Brown is the owner of Family Care Mortuary. She was there. I do not know where he had my son at the whole time of where he had his body. His body was warm. It was not cold. They say he leave the body in the garages and the houses.
That's what we doing now. That's what y'all doing at the funeral homes, man. So that's how y'all making the money now. Y'all live in on the scams and all that kind of shit now. So when they can't even trust y'all to put their loved ones in the ground now, that's crazy, man. This real sick. This wicked. This is wicked. This is why God got to return to the earth, man, and clean this place up and save us, man. He got to save us from us. They done taught us how to be some real dogs, man, some real animals around this motherfucker, man. This shit crazy, man. Y'all got to get it together, man. This don't make no sense, man.
It was warm. It was not cold. They say he leave the body in the garages and the houses and abandoned home. This is ridiculous. Somebody out there know what he
Hold up, man. It's abandoned homes. She said abandoned homes, man.
where he had his
Where the
body.
police
His
at?
body was warm. It was not cold. They say he leave the body in the garages and the houses and abandoned home. This is ridiculous. Somebody out there know where he leaves these bodies at. There's no way in the world that you can bring somebody's body to their services. They cold or they're smelling. Someone knows something. Someone has to come forward because Family Care Mortuary, Sandy Broussard, Puerto Rican Princess, whoever her name is, all these people know. Everybody knows that he's not a funeral home director. The whole neighborhood, everybody know he leases truck. He give you know everything. I met her on FaceTime. Their funeral home is 2.5 hours away from Houston, so they scam you till you get a church because you can't go to the funeral home. You ask.
So it's a scam. Now, what I want to know is how the hell y'all keep letting your neighbor get scammed? That's because you're walking by your neighbor with your nose in the air, don't speak. You ain't fucking with your neighbor ain't fucking with you, and y'all every day somebody dying. Every day somebody dying, and they're able to scam because you ain't even friend. You don't even have a conversation. Y'all can't even warn your neighbor about the person, about about the scammer, and the scammer is family. It's somebody's family. They are. Come on, man. We just gonna do a part 2 to this, man. We're gonna do a part 2
That's
to
his
this.
favorite word. We're gonna take care of your mama. Please, out there,
This
come
story
together.
here.
Let's get him and get the whole.
Let's stop there. Let's stop there. Let's call it quits. I had enough for one night on this story. Hey, we're gonna have to come back to this story, man. We'll finish this story up maybe tomorrow, man. This I gotta dig a little deeper into this. I don't want to just go about what I see on the news. I'm gonna dig a little deeper into this story, and then we'll get back to the news, and then we'll compare. I have a little more to the story for y'all. And trust me, it's a lot of news with this story, man. If y'all want to look it up for yourself, I'm gonna dig on the back end, and we'll get it in if you know what I mean. Yep, it's your boy Good Folk, man. I like to thank y'all for tuning in. You know, we appreciate the love, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Y'all ain't hitting the like button, man. I'm looking down there. I don't see nothing, man. Y'all keep peeking in here. Florida boy. All my Florida folk, man. Where y'all at, man? Y'all hit the like button, man. Put the one in the chat, man. Let me know if y'all rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? It's all live. Hey, check it out. Also, make sure you shout out your city, your state, and let us know where you're tuning in from.